quick and dirty of the tracts of the sensory and motor system. So sensory on the top, motor on the bottom. We've got fasciculus gracilis, fasciculus cuneatus, spinothalamic, spinolimbic, spinal mesencephalic, spinal reticular. This is the number of neurons that they have in the tract. So 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2. All of the rest from then on down have 2 neurons in the tract. So these are responsible for fine touch and proprioception, the top 2. The next one is responsible for fast pain and temperature. The next 3 are responsible for slow pain, arousal, and reflex. We'll talk about those later. The posterior cerebellar is responsible for lower extremity proprioception. Cunocerebellar is upper extremity proprioception. That posterior cerebellar, that's really where most of your proprioception comes from. Anterior cerebellar is the naughty one. It's the one that crosses 2 times, but it's responsible for the thoracolumbar interneuron information. Rostrocerebellar is responsible for the thoracocervical interneurons. Now we're moving into the motor system. So we've got mediocortical spinal, which is responsible for your ipsilateral neck, shoulders, and trunk. Medial vestibular is responsible for your neck bilaterally. Lateral vestibular is ipsilateral, and it causes your extensor muscles to fire and inhibits your flexors. Reticulospinal is responsible for your posture and your swaying. Rubrospinal is it's arguable whether it's for your extensors or your flexors of the forearm. Most sources say flexors. Lundy book says extensors. Lateral cortical spinal is responsible for voluntary fractionation. This is probably your main voluntary muscle control, is through your lateral cortical spinal. Your raphe or ceru, I don't remember the last part of that word, is responsible for just general motor effects when you have strong emotions. And then the cortico-brainstem is responsible for kind of your face, head, and neck area. This right over here is talking about where it crosses, if it does cross. So the top 2 cross once they reach the medulla. The next 4 cross in the spinal cord. And the next 2, going to the cerebellum, do not cross at all. The next one, the naughty one, crosses 2 times, crosses once in the spinal cord and then again in the cerebellum. Rostral does not cross. And this medial vestibular, it can cross. The bilateral side of it crosses, but the ipsilateral side obviously does not. The other 2 do not. They are ipsilateral. And then rubrospinal does cross in the midbrain, and lateral cortical spinal crosses the medulla. One more time, whole shot.